Good evening, everybody. Just thought I'd say a little bit about all the things that I do because I can type all this stuff out, and people will kind of like look at the first paragraph and quickly say, "Yeah, whatever, mate," and go away. So I think a little bit explanation about my journey and how I got to where I am now, really, my path into all the what stuff that I'm doing now started, I guess, about 4 or 5, actually a little bit longer, way back probably in about 2008, and when I was first given a bit of Reiki by a friend of mine, and I thought, right, someone said to me, "Let me give some Reiki to you," and I was like, "What's that mean?" And they said, "Oh, energy healing," and I'm thinking, sounds a bit weird, but okay, and for a penny and for a pound, why not give it a whirl? And I was doing karate at the time, and what I discovered was my knees, when she was doing this Reiki, kept jolting, they kept going bump, bump, and I'm thinking, like, well, that's weird, what's going on there? I can tell you now, I can tell you what's going on there. Reiki clears blockages, and it works sometimes on almost like an electrical current, and it was just literally jamming the nerve endings. And I've actually done Reiki on a couple of people who've done martial arts and seen the same thing, because poor old martial artists, their knees get battered, unfortunately. So Reiki is very good for that purpose. So that's what I discovered there. So it was kind of curious, and that kind of like got me going a little bit. Fast forward a few years, and I just left my job in London, and I found this guy who was doing sort of Reiki and stuff. So again, I sort of like started going down that journey and experimenting. He kind of done Reiki on me and a few other things as well. He's a really wise, lovely man, and it kind of like, again, it was like another step in that direction. But he wasn't the one to train me. I kept pestering him, but he says, no, it's not for me right now. It wasn't part of my journey. It led me on elsewhere. So one day, I was doing karate, and it kind of like came to an end. It was sad the way it ended, but it was a journey that I did. I actually got pretty much virtually to black belt. It's like I got past the grading, but to become an authentic black belt, you had to stay for a year. I never got to that, but I did everything else, and I loved every minute of it. It's sad the way it ended, really. But that's all in the past, and in full honesty, if I'd continued doing that, I wouldn't be doing this now, and I love doing what I do now. So I totally give much peace and love to the guys that used to train me, and nothing but the best for them. They're wonderful people. But my journey took me elsewhere, and then one day I started trying to keep my fitness up. I went to the gym, and there was this mind, body, spirit fair there, and I thought, it's a curious place to find that, but really it was meant to be. And I went there, and I went to a few talks and stuff. Met this lady called Ray, who's now my angelic Reiki teacher, and also a guy called Aldo Raffa. He's a psychic TV guy, and he said to me, "You're going to be a healer," and Ray gave me a healing, and that kind of started me on a journey there into angelic Reiki. So that's kind of like where we sort of like started, and again it was just like starting dropping little pebbles filling a pot of water, shall we say, and it was beginning to rise as my own ascendancy, shall we say, began. And so that was another thing that started. And then there was another mind, body, spirit fair in Ashford. I went there, and I met this lovely lady called Sharon, who told me all about power animals and stuff, and I got given a badger. I may have mentioned this before many times, but badgers are really lovely animals, and everyone wanted a wolf, including myself, but I got given a badger, and I don't regret it for a second. It was a magical day. And I met this lovely lady called June, who was looking to teach Reiki. I was looking to learn it. We made that connection. There's several other things going on at the same time to make that connection, but that's kind of how my journey into Reiki began, and then everything else followed. Believe you me, the last few years have been amazing. Now I'm actually in a position that I can actually teach people Reiki, and it all stems back from way back then, and it's a wonderful gift. It really truly is. But not just the Reiki side. This is no, they threw other stuff at me. Ray, who I mentioned before, she ended up being my kind of like angelic Reiki teacher. Then I started going into sort of like things I would never have dreamed of: tarot, oracle cards. Never for 1 minute would I believe I would be doing that. I would have said to you 5, 6 years ago, I said, "You're off your rocker. That ain't happening. It really is not happening," but I'm doing it. Then I met this lovely lady called Georgie who taught me angelic harmony therapy, or I actually use my voice, sing, tone. Yes, you heard me. And again, I was like, seriously, that's not happening? Guess what? It blew in Willis, and away we went. We went on another totally different tangent. And it kind of all goes wrong. Now I've added other elements as well. Rahani, angelic healing as well. Blessed by a lovely lady called Helen's taught me that. Rune readings, a guy called Simon, amazing. And my own continued development work at Chakra Centre, where I always go there, and also MSDC as well. Big shout out to those two guys who just kept me going and going and going. When I'm on the committee with the MSDC there, helping out there, doing little things behind the scenes, led by the lovely Annie. Just wonderful, wonderful things that we do, and it's all added to the pot that I do. I don't see myself primarily now as just a healer or a reader. It just comes all in together, and new things going ahead. I'm doing shamanic journeying with people now using the drum, and again using my voice. We're getting a little bit of AHT synchronicity there going in as well. And also I'm thinking about the old mindful movement. It's something else I'm really looking into, because I used to do karate, getting that into mindfulness but in a very gentle way, almost more like Tai Chi as opposed to, you know, full on crash bang what, thank you man. It's more like that, really focusing on breath work and that, and this is something I'm looking to integrate in the year ahead along with everything else. So if that really does pique your interest, drop me a line and see where we can take you, or take this together. Because I say, if you want to learn Reiki, I'd love to teach you. It's a wonderful thing we can do, as well as everything else. Anyway, I think that's enough waffling for one day, I think. But feel free, any questions you want to ask me, I'm always open. More than happy to answer best I can. And on that note, I shall end. Thank you very much for paying attention, and hopefully staying to the end of this video. Until next I speak, Godspeed, God bless, adieu. Thank you. Bye.